All the best, Toastmaster Adil. A toast to the Toastmasters. A toast to the Toastmasters. Toastmaster Adil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani, and good evening to everyone present here. Before I begin, I would just like to ask the audience present, what was the reason that made them join Toastmasters? Anybody would like to volunteer to answer?
Can I?
Yes, Rajat. Yes.
Conquer stage fear.
That's a wonderful reason. Any more? Any other reason for which people join Toastmasters?
To enhance my communication and leadership skills.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you, Rajat. Any more? Need to create a picture out of that. Any more points? Okay.
Join Toastmasters for getting more professional contacts. I get from here, from my journey.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Monish. So as rightly pointed out by Toastmaster Rajat, like one of the benefits of joining Toastmasters would be to get over your stage fear, as pointed out by Toastmaster Pradeep, and it helps you build your communication and leadership skills. And as put forward by Toastmaster Monish, you can also build a lot of professional contact because people who join here, they come with the same objective of developing themselves. So you get to learn from the best in the business, people who already have achieved something in their life, in their career, and you get to learn, get to be mentored by them. So this was one of the reasons for why I joined Toastmasters. I realized after working for a couple of years in my company that for further growth, I'll have to really improve upon my leadership and communication skills. Like it's fine, my technical skills are good, but if at all I have to seek promotion, if I have to see myself taking up higher responsibilities in my organization, I will have to demonstrate leadership skills, great communication skills to my employer. And with that in mind, in May 2020, I joined Toastmasters. One of my friends, when I have conveyed to her that I need to find a way to improve my communication skills because I feel it is hampering the way I communicate with the clients, because of which I'm always behind the lines and never in the forefront, which means that I do not get the credit for the labor that I put in. And so she suggested, why don't you attend a Toastmaster meeting, see how it goes, and then if at all you want to continue, be my guest and go ahead. And that's what I did. Thanks to the lockdown, there was no excuse. There was no way I could have gone any place. So because of that, on one of the Saturdays of May, I attended my first Toastmaster meeting. And that was such a refreshing thing. People were so friendly and encouraging. And I just decided then and there that, okay, I'm going to join Toastmasters. But one of the constraints for me was that the distance, like the place where I am, that is Dwarka, and the club that I had joined, it was 16 kilometers apart. So which meant that if at all there was going to be an offline meeting, I'll have to travel a long distance. If at all there was going to be, the situation was uncertain because of the lockdown situation. The VP membership then asked me to consult another member, and upon discussion, I just realized that I'm just wasting my time dabbling in other things. I should just, if I have made up my mind, it would be best to just straight away hit the ground running. And thanks to the encouraging words of my teammate, I just joined Toastmasters and gave my next speech, not as a guest, but as a member. One thing in Toastmasters I realized is that criticism, it is given in that sandwich approach of commendation, recommendation, and then commendation. So it means that you don't feel that much hurt when you receive it, and you are always looking for that recommendation that you get so that you can improve yourself further. It is, you don't feel that you're being let down. It's just for your upliftment that the evaluator is putting forward their recommendations. And thanks to the way it was presented to me, I didn't feel bad about my first speech, and it just motivated me to improve further. My mentor, Saurabh Datta, after every speech, like he would say, "Yeah, you are one of the best speakers," even though I was not. Like I just given one speech, but when he just displayed that faith that he had in me, it just motivated me to improve myself further. So what I did was that I used to give speech every 2 weeks afterwards. I just realized that I need to maintain that momentum, because if there is a gap of 2 months, 1 month, then it's very difficult to break out of the rut, and I have to put in extra efforts to actually get going. So, and I didn't care whether I was able to put in the required effort to prepare for the speech. I just said, okay, I have volunteered to deliver the speech. Now, no matter what, I will deliver. There have been times, like on a Friday night at 3 a.m., I still don't have the speech content written, but I just went ahead and delivered my speech. As I changed the definition of failure from failing to not trying. And that, I believe, really changed my perspective to other things in life. I just realized that I can get rid of stage fear if I can be constantly delivering speeches. And that really helped me in dealing with my clients professionally in my company as well. But now I don't fear a client meeting, which I used to fret. I literally had palpitations before a client meeting. Now, thanks to Toastmasters, I don't. As the time went by, I decided to inculcate steps that could help me improve the way I deliver. One of the things was to look in the mirror when I am delivering my speech, so that I can see my hand gestures and understand, okay, how the viewer will view me when I'm delivering my speech. It was a great, it takes time to get used to your own reflection looking at you while you're speaking, and it can be very distracting at first because you're constantly looking and the feedback is so instantaneous. Like you tend to get confused in that way. But I got used to the way of speaking in front of the mirror. Then the other thing that I did was to start recording my speeches, because I had recorded my speech. I could see, okay, wherever I had gone wrong or where things I was doing correctly. Because of that, and after listening to my speeches 2-3 times, I could figure out that, okay, see, my body language is not right. I need to make it correct. Probably my hands are just too distracting. You need to have hand gestures, but don't overdo it. I realized that, okay, I'm not looking at the camera, so it can give an impression. It can of not being interested in the topic. Like, how can you evoke interest from your audience? So those are the things that I could see by recording my video before delivering a speech. And as time went by, I took up responsibility as well. I took up the role of a VP membership. That was an extremely great thing that I did, because it helped me to overcome my fear of reaching out to unknown people. Like earlier, I would just hesitate to even talk to my seniors in the office. Like I would be scared, but now I'm not scared to reach out to people. Because of the role of people membership, I'm constantly in touch with new people. So I feel very comfortable reaching out to new people, and it is really beneficial, I found, when you are applying for jobs or you are looking for new courses online. So to reach out to people on LinkedIn, it's a great way to develop your network and also learn from people, because most people are ready to teach you. It's just that you have to reach out to them. Another thing that I learned from Toastmasters is that now, because of the pandemic, all the meetings are online. So now, by attending meetings all over the country, all over the world, I now have friends all over the world. It has really broadened my horizon. I'm virtually traveling to different places, meeting new people, absorbing their new ideas, which is really changing my mind. There is no such platform that I can think of that can offer you maximum advantage, which the Toastmaster does. In online forums, you just username, but here they're constantly looking at people. You can see their face, you can see the facial expressions, how they change. So because of spending two hours people, you develop a personal connect with them, which you would not have through any other online medium. So I'm really thankful to Toastmasters that in pandemic, sitting at home, I have now ended the universe of friends to at least 100, thanks to Toastmasters. And I think this was also a point said by Toastmaster Monish, that it has really helped expand contact. Another great thing that I benefited by my journey in Toastmasters was this. If you can see. Okay. I do remember Toastmaster Vivek delivering a speech on letter writing, on writing postcards. And I just thought, why don't I give it a try? And I wrote my first postcard. It was received so well that afterwards I've been writing 12 postcards a week. Sometimes I've written even posts, and it's a continuous habit now. And it just feels so good. You can WhatsApp, call up people, but that feeling that you get when just receive a letter, something that's written, it is really cherished. Like when I receive it from my friends, it feels so good, and I really wish to pass on that great feeling to them by writing postcards, letters to them. So that's a new thing that I have inculcated in myself, and it's also a great way. It's a therapeutic feeling, like when you that feeling of pen on a paper that we most have forgotten because these days we are just typing on our keyboards because of the work that we are doing. So I think it's been a wonderful experience for me. Now there are few things that I feel that I could have done better in this 1 year journey. So one of the things would be to be more of a team player. While it is good that I have been delivering speeches twice in a month, but I should be cognizant about other people as well. Like keep motivating them to deliver better, because I have sorry, I just want to say, yeah, because like it's a team sport. Like I mean, you can do bad. I would just say it's not just about an individual. Like I got encouraged to deliver speeches. It was because of my mentor who would every day come up and say that, okay, please, yeah, it was a wonderful speech. You did really well. So and that's the same thing that I need to pass on to make my teammates feel welcome in the club. And because while renewing as a weekly membership, that's what I realized. The people who did not renew their membership, they were the ones who felt left out, who felt that, okay, who didn't feel valued by the club. So that's something that I would really like to do, to encourage people to build a bond with my teammates so that I can encourage them in their own personal journey. The other thing would be to have more of online activities so that I can engage more with people, because listening is sometimes it can be, listening to a speech is a one-way thing, but if I can have two-way communication through online activities, I can definitely engage more people. So these are the two things that I would like to improve further upon my journey that continues in Toastmasters. Overall, it's been a fantastic journey, and I really encourage you to bring new guests to see them the benefits of Toastmasters. And thank you, everyone.